Ladies and gentlemen, here we are at another review or a look-see at one of my recent acquisitions. This is 118 scale GMP or Acme, I don't know, they're the same. Ferrari from 1970. This is a 512M. And this car is a specific Roger Penske vehicle that was driven by Mark Donohue, which is a famous race car driver slash engineer. I mean, he was a race car driver. That was his profession, but his education was mechanical engineering, which made him a valuable asset to Roger Penske when it came to helping maximize the performance of all the race cars that they ran, no matter what, whether it was Formula One, Can-Am, stock car, Trans Am racing, Le Mans, like this car. They basically took whatever car they had and maximized it, and they were pretty successful for the most part, and they were a very good team. Unfortunately for this car, though well engineered, though very fast, it had the distinction of being the most unlucky Ferrari race car because it never won a race, ironically. Came in pole position several times, but for one reason or another, this car just didn't make it, or it was crashed into, or it crashed, or it had mechanical problems. But at any rate, what this car ushered in regards to race cars in general was that it was a very clean vehicle, so that if you had to compare it to any of the other race cars back then, I mean, they didn't care about how it looked. They just slapped some paint on it and tuned it up. If it had grease on it wherever it was, fine, so what. This car was different. This car was show quality. I mean, if you look at the interior, it is gray, and all Penske's cars, from what I saw, were gray, just so you can see any oil or any grease or anything quickly and clean it up. So this was one of their cars that they, maximized and had the engine redone, had the body redone. As a matter of fact, the body was completely fabricated. It's, it was a duplicate, obviously, of an F12 Ferrari, but they used lighter components, lighter panels on the actual car. Really, they did everything. I mean, even the fuel was an aircraft style fuel filling system, which people were balking at, but then eventually it wound up being a standard thing. This particular one, this model is very nice. Not perfect by all means, but it's very nice. Reason why I picked it up, because this is one of my favorite simulator race cars, and I just love the car in the game. I raced the exact same one, the number 11 Kirk F. White Penske car, and it just sounds ferocious. It runs great. You're always on the edge with it, and what's really cool is that little roof-mounted rear-view mirror that you see through a little hole there. It's pretty interesting. When I first looked up, because I do simulator racing with the VR headset, and when I first looked up and I saw that mirror there, I was like, whoa, okay, that's neat. So yeah, so that was another cool little touch that these 512s had. So yeah, so let's get into some of the mechanicals of this car. Get you a little visual. Try to make this as fast as possible. Let me see if I could pop this off with one. Here we go. So there we go. So that's the suspension. Works too. So it does work. Now it looks beautiful and everything. And fittings. You got little tubes in there or hoses in there. Very nice. The only thing I don't like about this car is it doesn't steer. I don't know if it was an accident. They got overzealous with some glue, but that steering wheel does not move when you, but you can see it wants to move, but you know, I don't want to force things. So that was kind of a bummer, but that's all right, whatever. I mean, it still looks beautiful. It's not like I'm going to turn it too much. Interior is really nice. Doors open nicely. As you can see, as best you can. Seatbelts look kind of cheesy. It looks like a ninja star. I don't know why they did it that way, but doesn't look like a real belt, but it's okay. It is what it is. So what else we got here? So if we look, and this is like one of my favorite parts of this car, is when you look dead back, and this is when I notice when I'm racing other 512s and they're in front of me. Look at that. It just looks like a machine. Absolutely amazing. Look at that. All the tubing and suspension parts and half shafts and exhaust. This actually has 1, 2, 3, 4 exhaust ones. Can you see the other one? Yeah, there it is. It's got 4 exhaust pipes, 3 per. So 3 times 4 gives you a V12. Yes. And real one had a Traco built V12. Traco always built their engines. They were a phenomenal racing engine shop. Here's the little die-hard battery. That was pretty cool. See that? Very nice detail. Very nice detail. Yeah, so that chassis is pretty plain. I mean, all race cars kind of had plain chassis, but it's pretty nice as far as what this has. Try to pick it up a little bit so you can take a gather. So yeah, so that's what we got. That's what we're working with. There you can see the 4 pipes a little bit better. Yeah, it looks nice. That's number 504 out of, I don't know. I don't check those things. But yeah, this is a beautiful car. So flaws. So like I said, the steering, a little bummed out with that not working, but the suspension looks great. So again, I'm not going to sit there and vroom 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 and play with it. So that's whatever. Other thing that griped me was the windshield wiper stuck up a lot. What I had to do, I mean, it doesn't do it now because I had to glue it down. I took a little bit of Gorilla Glue and prayed that I had a steady hand. You can say just a little tiny mark, but it's okay. I don't care. From a distance, from a normal vantage point, you're not going to see anything. Not really much detail on the parts. Just got a little, I guess, harness for the headlights. So that's kind of cute. Got a little hole for some filler section there. windshield wiper motor. Cloth interior, or cloth seat, not interior. But that's it. Yeah, I would suggest if you can grab one of these, grab them, because they're kind of non-existent on eBay, and they're relatively decent price. I got this at a good price. They will shoot up in value because, I mean, just look at it. The detail. I mean, yeah. So what? And again, I don't know if it's by design that they don't steer, you know. But like I said, it's not. It doesn't bother me too much. You see the photo etch grills. See through that. Photo etched grill for the scoop. And you can see the velocity stacks and sizes. It's just a really nicely detailed model. So yeah, that's it. That's the 1970 Ferrari 512 Sunoco car that was owned by Roger Penske, sponsored by Kirk F. White, and driven by Mark Donohue. Thanks for watching.